How do again? Well, I'm back with the mead, which has now finished fermentation. It finished in about 6-7 days, and then I dry hopped. I didn't video that because it's just me putting 28 grams of Cascade hops. I'm going to get it right this time. It's Cascade. 28 grams of Cascade hops. You just lift the lid, pop them in, shut the lid, that's it. So no point in videoing that. And then they've been in there now for about 6 or 7 days, something like that. So it's been about 2 weeks, and it's now ready for bottling. I've checked the gravity, it's stopped fermentation. I've had a taste, it's wonderful. I'll probably be having a taste today as well. That's one of the perks of bottling. And then what I'll do is I'll probably leave it in this garage where it's still pretty chilly. According to my thermometer over there on my wife's wine, that's fermenting over there behind the camera, and it says it's between 10 and 12 degrees, which is, for this time of year, that's about right. So I'll leave them, once I've bottled, I'll leave them in here for maybe 2 weeks to a month, and that will help again to clear and just help it condition. And if there is any sediment from bottling that goes into the bottles, that'll just drop down to the bottom, so help to clear the mead. All the bottles have been sanitized. I use a Wilco's brew cleaner and sterilizer, so they've had a thorough wash, because I haven't used these in a long while. Normally I use a product called Starsan and give them a good spray over, give them a good wash in that. But this is a bit more aggressive. It's an effervescent cleaner and sterilizer, it says, but it's actually a sanitizer. You can't get anything sterile. So it's a cleaner and sanitizer, and I've given them a good soak in this. It's spotlessly clean, and we're ready to go. I'm using a little plastic siphon tube simply because it's only a 4-litre batch, and I'm not bringing out my big auto siphon for this experimental brew. If I like this brew, I will probably be making 10 or 20 litres of it even, and then yeah, you bring out your big auto siphon and it works just great. But I'm just going to do it old school, and this has all been sanitized as well, so we're ready to go. Still bottling. To be fair, it's only been a few minutes. Well, that's the bottling over. Didn't take long, maybe 5 minutes. I got 10 bottles though. Each bottle's 330 mils, so you'll never get everything out the bottom of the fermenter, and to be honest, you don't want to, because there'll be sediment at the bottom. You want to try and keep that in there as much as possible. One thing I did notice though is that it's not clear, and I think that's because of the hops. The hops I used were pellet hops, and they were in a muslin bag, and sometimes those pellets, they'll turn to mush, and sometimes that mush will just seep out of the bag, and that's what happened. So I've got like a hop haze, but that will clear if I keep these bottles in here for maybe a month. A lot of that haze will drop out. So at the moment it's a hazy, sparkling hopped mead. I did actually manage to salvage some into my glass though. As you can see, it is hazy, but let me have a taste. Nice delicate sparkle. So it's not fizzy. It's not forming a big foamy head on the top of the mead. When you taste it, there's a definite nice level of carbonation there. I may have left the hops in a little too long, I think. Again though, if you leave the bottles to age, hop flavours are very volatile and they do dissipate over time, so it will become less and less hoppy. But you still get the honey. There's a really nice honey sweetness, and that hop is cutting through and providing a nice balance. It's just it may be a little too much. I may have left the hops in there a couple of days too long. Maybe 4 or 5 days was all they needed. But that will make a really nice summer drink. A sparkling hopped mead. I don't want to risk putting any more sugar into these bottles. I was thinking of making it more sparkly, and you can do that just by adding a little bit of sugar, or even back sweeten. Just pour a little bit out, add some more honey solution into the bottle, and that will provide the sugar. And then all that carbonation, if there is any yeast in the bottle, that will start consuming the honey again. But the CO2 will be trapped inside the bottle, so it will become much more sparkling, a bit like a beer, like a lager or a pale ale. But I actually quite like just this nice soft carbonation, and I don't want to risk it just in case the glass bottles and I get a bit of an explosion, because I'm pretty sure fermentation's finished. But if there are some yeast that's gone into here, and there is already CO2 in the mead, if I'm just adding to it, and it would only be rack of the eye, I'll just be pouring in a little bit of honey here and there, and if you just go a little bit too much, you could end up with a bit of a bottle bomb, especially as the weather is starting to warm up now. So I'm just going to keep it as it is. It's a really nice, refreshing summer drink. It's actually quite dry as well, which I like. I like my dried meads. I'm not a big lover of sweety meads. But yeah, I'll be making this again, but next time I won't be leaving the hops in for too long. It's starting to taste a bit too beerish, which isn't a bad thing. Okay, thanks for watching. That's the end of the sparkling hopped mead. As I said, it needs probably at least a month just to clear out all of that hop sediment. But it's perfectly nice drinkable summer drink right now. So I might have a couple at the weekend. Okay, thanks for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video. And in the next video on Sunday, I'm going to be making gravlax this weekend, which is it's a type of cured salmon, raw salmon. If you like smoked salmon, you'll love gravlax, and it's dead easy to make. So in the next video, I think I will make some gravlax and share a beer with you as well. So bye bye for now, and I'll see you later.